Everybody doing? How's everybody doing, man? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building here to bring you guys some content on the late night, the late hour, man. I got your boy West Coast, and then I got my boy HTM from HTM Sports, man. What's up with you, man?
Cuz living righteous, my boy. What you got going?
Shoot, man, just some more of it, man. Just trying to get these hours in, man. It's my third show of the day, so I'm ready to. This is my first formal show of the day, though. I did some solo content on the cell phones. You guys got to make sure you guys stay up to date on the cell phones because that's how we're gonna be bringing content when we go out there to the draft. So remember, come and actually it's almost in what the draft is in 27, so 22 days, and he's almost we're Emmitt Smith away from getting on airplanes and getting in cars and going on to see who the Dallas Cowboys are going to pick with their how many picks they got, like 9 picks this year.
They got 9 picks.
Yeah, with their 9 picks this year. Damn, I pulled that out my ass. Woo! And I used my dang cuss word on that. God dang it. But yeah, man, we're gonna see what the Cowboys pull out their bottoms at this draft, man. And I'm actually really excited to see it. Why? Because I'm curious to know if my team is going all in on the future or if they're going all in on the now. And the now is the right now. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what that's what I think I'm most interested in trying to find out. Is the Cowboys gonna be going in on the now, or is they going in on the future now? You know what I mean? Because I want to do the future now. You know what I'm saying? But yo, ACM, you already know whenever we go live, these are a few things we got to do. One of those things is we got to shout some folks out because they helping us pay bills over here, man. So real quick, man, I just want to shout out. H, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do it first, man. But go ahead and shout some folks out that's helping you pay them bills and keep them lights on over there.
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to Regina Green and Double R, part of the Wrench Gang. Brian Kite coming in, showing love. I see y'all. So there's some more folks watching, but these only one that didn't hit the chat just yet. So I want to give y'all love for coming over to the liquor store. And remember, I got to do my little thing, man. Once you come to the liquor store, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off all items in the liquor store. So
Mm.
remember, go ahead and use your discount wisely.
Facts. You feel me? But yo, man, and over here on on Facebook, I got Miss Cheryl sliding in with the 100 band, 100 band. Appreciate you, Miss Cheryl. I see you sitting up there looking out. I see you. And then who else we got over here? Who else went? Oh, we got Miss April Barnes. What's up with you, April? We got my boy John. What's up with you? We got Shaquille Russell in the building too. And we got about 40 or 5 other more people. They ain't said hi or nothing else. So as soon as they say hi, we gonna start saying hi to y'all back. But make sure that you guys all hit that share button, hit that star button, man. Hit that star. What's up, Dizzy Dreams? I see you over there. Josh Fisher, hit that star button over there. Chris Davis, hit that star button. Regina Green with the mean with Regina Green with the green with the E at the end too. Appreciate you, Auntie. Cheryl Huffman, what's up with you? Miss Watson, I see you.
Hey,
Wa-
Eric Wiles, I appreciate you for subbing to the channel. Much love, my guy.
yeah, that's Walton too. Walton. She might, hey, I gotta say her name right. She might be related to the Waltons. You know what I'm saying? She hit that star button the right way, and we all be on. What's up with you, Miss Walton? What's up with your D Lunatic? What's up with your boy? Hey, D Lunatic, did you get your hat? Let me know if you got your art. Is you RTDB gang or what? God dang. Tupac with a mohawk. I know you. I know you run the RTDB gang. I remember sending it to you. JB2, what's up, boy? Eric Wallace, what's up with your boy? Eric, I see you again, Eric. And double R, I see you over there, double R too. So, yo, man, I think that's everybody. I think I shouted out everybody that is watching, man. So let's go ahead and get into this content, man. We got about an hour of content we're gonna give y'all. Then we're gonna see y'all in the morning. You feel me? But hey, today we 22. Today we are Emmitt Smith away from the draft. Tomorrow we're gonna be Dion. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, also, from now until the day before we leave for the draft, I leave up on the 25th. I will be doing a raffle for a Dallas Cowboy jersey of the winner's choice. All you got to do is send $5 to the Cash App for an entry. It's $5 per entry, and we'll do a drawing on the 25th. So, if you want to participate, do so. And thank you for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate y'all for the love and the support.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yo, let's go ahead and just go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, yo, man, the Cowboys, there's been a lot of rumors and a lot of things going on. So, First thing I want y'all to do is, man, I want y'all to put it in the comment box. What are some things that you guys are hearing? He says, I'm wearing the cap already. Oh, that's what's up, the lunatic. Appreciate you, my boy. He said he got his run the damn ball hat on right now. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have your run the damn ball hat, make sure that you guys hit that star button. All you got to do is send 2,500 stars, or on Super Chat, send 2,500, send $25 on Super Chat, or you can just type in the Cash App right there. You see, look under my name. You see the West Coast 1482. That's my Cash App. You can send 20. If you send Cash App, you got to send $32 because you got to send a shipping too. Hey, that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Send $32 and I'll in your address, and I'll get your hat out to you as soon as possible. So, yo, man, let's go ahead and start it off, man. So, hey, man, HCM, man, what's your thoughts, man? What is your thoughts, man? What's on your brain, man? What's your thoughts for tonight?
Well, real quick, shout out to the lunatic for the $5 donation. He just got into the raffle, so I appreciate you for participating, brother. But yeah, man, I think we just need to talk about position of need at this point, man, because like I done went back and forth about what the hell I really wanted 26. I was real bullish on best player available, but when I really look at the makeup of the team, like I think like the trenches is like where we need to try and reinforce our team right now, because I literally did an entire show yesterday. Well, not the entire show, but I spent about 25 or 30 minutes yesterday, trying to have my subscribers fall back in love with Jalen Tolbert. I like he only had 3 targets this year. He had like a series worth of snaps this season. He had like 2 series worth of snaps. So if you're treating Jalen Tolbert like he's a prospect this year, you got a guy that's 6'3", ran a 4.4, had 1,400 yards, over 1,400 yards this last year in college. So, like when you actually think about that from their perspective, you don't really need another wide receiver. And I also told them I was gonna hate to say this shit on air because I never like saying that you're right. But because we're probably right about that. Shout out to my boy Tupac with the Mohawk for the $5 donation. You also have been entered into the raffle, so I appreciate you. But yeah, man. So like, I think now that I actually go sit back and look at it, because this offensive line and defensive line are probably the only spots on this damn team where you can actually come in and contribute and play. Because we got our wide receivers, we got our safeties, we got our corners, right? The only questions are like, who's the one tech? Are you going to really depend on Jonathan Hankins, and like who is going to play where on your offensive line? So I think that's the spots where we're going to have to solidify our stuff.
Yeah, man. And I think a question that's also, when you think about the offensive line, because I think there's a huge question mark at the running back position. What's up with you, Bob? Heck, I ain't seen you in a minute, my guy. What's up with you, boy? But yeah, there's been, the Cowboys created a question mark, whether it be huge or small. There is a question mark now at the running back position. So, that makes it even more important for the Dallas Cowboys to get it right on the offensive line. And not only do you have to get it right, but you gotta be pretty correct. You gotta be pretty quickly with it, because the quality of this offensive line is really going to determine how good Tony Pollard plays, which is really going to determine probably his career. Keep it real, like his career is basically about coming down to almost one season, and that one season, I would hope that the Dallas Cowboys, knowing that you lost Ezekiel Elliott, regardless of what you people may say about him as a running back and running the football, we all understand what he can do as far as the blocking. And if we're talking about just the blocking aspect, the Cowboys got to make sure that they have solidified themselves and make sure that they're still able to block there and protect their quarterback and allow holes to open for their running backs at a very high level. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And Brian Kikes asked what happened to BPA. To an extent, it's still there, because I would prefer at this point like the offensive lineman, but they got to be like the best guy there. Like if there's an offensive lineman that does not have a first round grade there in the first round, then you don't draft them. Right? 'Cause, if you're at the end of the at the if you're at the end of the first round and there is not an offensive lineman left that has an actual first round grade, then you draft the best player on your board then, because that wouldn't be it. That would be an overreach. But you get down there and somebody's there like the boy from TCU or the tackle from Georgia. right? You can add somebody that could probably be a starter for multiple years, and then be pretty good because the Dallas Cowboys have made this complicated. They have not really elaborated on what the hell they're gonna do at the offensive line position. So they restructured Tyron Smith and brought him back, but they're talking about he could be working at right tackle if
Hold
Terry
up real
Steele.
quick. Hold up real quick. I gotta say something. KD Drummond did not coin that. I coined that best player available at position of need. I've been saying that for 4 years now. I've been saying that. I love KD, but he didn't coin that. KD didn't coin that. Nah, that's West Coast. That's West Coast. I got that documented, bruh. I got that documented. We can go back. We can go back. That's West Coast. But go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had
No,
a man.
it's okay, man. Hey, like y'all almost hit Kim Folk with a copyright infringement, so he had to
That's
clear
West
the
Coast.
but
So you know that's me, man. That's big West Coast right there. Now I always say I always say the cow. Everybody wants to push that is best player available. No, but it's best player available according to what you need. You know what I'm saying? Because if a kicker is available and you don't need a kicker, or if if a quarterback is available, you're not gonna take him because it's not about what you need. It's always gonna be paid according to what you actually need. If you don't need it, you're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be doing something in excess. You know what I'm saying?
right. Also,
I need mine, the lunatic. I love you, the lunatic, but I need mine. I'm about to get a KD, but that one.
if a tight end is available, I'm not taking no damn tight end in the first round. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
If the
'Cause
best
listen,
tight end available
it
is
ain't never worked
you're
out.
not taking him. You're not taking him.
Yeah, because it ain't never worked out. Like everybody that's supposed to be a generational talent at tight end in the first round ain't did shit. Like the guy that we were talking about, Kyle Pitts has played more snaps in his NFL career at wide receiver than he has at actual tight end. So it defeated the purpose. OJ Howard is on like his second or third team. Like all these guys that were supposed to be generational specimens at the tight end position have never panned out in the first round. So I want to avoid that mistake.
Or they've needed more time because some of these guys just flat out need more. I mean, like Cal Pitts. I don't think Cal Pitts is going to be I think he's still going to be a good guy. Do I think he's going to be not a good guy? I think he's going to be a good player. But do I think he's going to be this generational guy? I never thought he was going to be that. But do I think he can grow into it? I think everybody can. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I think he'll be a good player, but you actually got to play tight end to be a tight end, and he has like hundreds more snaps at wide receiver than he does at the position they drafted him to be. Oh,
Yeah,
another one from Keystone, Noah Fant.
yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Tight end is one of those positions that the position is so minimized that the average fan just thinks that anybody can do it at a high level. Well,
Yeah,
it's tight end. Anybody can do that.
yeah. Like, listen, like
Oh, it's just
I said
cornbread.
here.
What
Oh,
they say,
I said.
it's just cornbread. Anybody can cook cornbread. Yeah, you're right. Anybody can until you bite into it.
Well, my mama, they said Pitts need a quarterback. Pitts need to play. Listen, he needs to play tight end. That's
Right.
on this. That's not what I'm not saying that he can't be productive. He had 1,000 yards his first season,
Being used
but
as a wide receiver more.
yeah, but they lined him up more at wide receiver than he did tight end. It's like a 3-to-1 ratio. That's the only
And
thing I'm saying.
think about this. That was a season, if I'm not mistaken, with Kyle Pitts, not Kyle Pitts, with the other boy, the other guy got suspended for the goddamn
Calvin Ridley
Calvin Ridley got suspended for
gambling.
for gambling. So who's to say what he has if Calvin Ridley actually plays?
So like that's weird. But you are right. He's going to need a quarterback to be productive, but he also needs to play tight end because right now he's just playing wide receiver. Like he got drafted as a tight end and he's playing wide receiver. If they knew that at the time, like he came out in 2021, right? He got drafted 2021.
And he was the fourth. He was the what pick was he? Fourth?
Yeah, wasn't like Chase drafted in 2021.
Yeah, but Chase was like number one. He was like number two, I think, overall.
Let me see where they drafted Jamar Chase at. I'm very
But
curious
you know
about
what's
this.
crazy? I don't think they had the chance to get him, but I was on record selling. I was on J Tuck because I was against everybody was for drafting Kyle Pitts. Oh my God, you got to draft him. He's a generational. We got to get him. Brad, I was so against, bro. You're not, I don't give a damn what's his name is. You're not drafting a tight end in the first round. You're not doing it. The position, it doesn't make sense. You don't it doesn't make sense to do that. And like I said this, I was like, bro, if Atlanta, who was projected to draft him, who did actually draft him,
Boy, they did draft him over Jamar Chase.
yeah, and listen, this is what I said. This is what I told him. I say, listen, I say, if they're looking for a weapon, they need to just draft Chase. What round was what position was Chase?
Chase went number 5. Kyle Pitts went number 4.
They
They
should.
drafted Kyle Pitts number 4 overall in the NFL draft in 2021.
That might actually go down as one of the biggest buses of this era.
Boy, cause
Atlanta
yeah,
drafting Chase over drafting Kyle Pitts over Chase. Yeah, that's gonna go. That's gonna go down to hurt you.
well,
Because think about
forever.
this: if Atlanta had Chase, they probably wouldn't need a quarterback because it don't matter who's be your quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, they wet the bed on that.
They
So
did.
they drafted a tight end to play wide receiver. That's basically what they did at this point.
And think about this: they had the option of getting a generational tight end or a generational wide receiver. They took the tight end, and
It
now
blew up
they're
in their
and,
face.
and think about not even that, but there's been talks about him even possibly getting traded.
I know. Yeah, that shit. That was horrible. So yeah, that's why I'm out on tight end. Like I don't care if the best. If, I don't care if the best player left in the draft is a tight end at number in the first round. It ain't gonna happen for me. Like I would and I would say break the TV. I'm going to be at the draft, so I might tackle Jerry Jones if I see him.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, this is the thing: you wouldn't draft a tight end in the first round after not paying Dalton Schultz because but the go. What is the 26 pick projected to make this year? What is the contract? What was the contract for the 26 pick last year?
Let's see.
Because you're going to end up, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to end up paying around the same amount because the 26 draft pick. Because you got to remember, you're not going to be paying the position. You're not going to be playing the position. You're going to be playing the position of where he got drafted at. So even if you draft a kicker, number 1 overall, he's going to be the highest paid player in the draft because he was drafted over number 1 overall.
All right, 26 with Jermaine Johnson from Florida State, and let me pull up his contract.
Remember, we just got the salary cap went up, so you could probably add about $2 million on there or $1.5 million off of whatever he made last year.
4 years, $13.1 million contract, average salary of $3.3 million.
Okay. So you think so then I would think then that
Probably about
20,
14. Let's say
14,
14 on the low end.
14 on the low end, 14 and a half on the high, and 15 at the high end.
Oh, the lunatic said, yeah, the lunatic hit it on the head like 4 year, $14 million. That would be
So what is
roughly
that? About 4.5 million, 5 a year almost.
3 point something.
Well, it won't be the same as last year because the cap went up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be over $4 million if it's 3 something last year.
Oh, you talking about last year? Last
Yeah, that
year,
was last year, but I'm saying this year the
yeah,
cap went up, so the salaries are gonna go up. So it won't be the same as last year.
no, I'm talking about, but if we want to go up like $1 million, only gonna add like a couple $100,000 to the end of it. You know what I mean? Over the course of 4 years.
Okay, so it's about what 14 and a half then? At the most, 14 and a half
Yeah, at the most, probably like $14.5 million.
over 4 years. So what is that? 4, 8, 12, 16. It's about 4. So you're looking at about a solid $4 million. A $4 million player.
Yeah, you round up. It's 3.6. It's right around 4. You know, after you break that first $1 million, you know, it's about 4 million.
So about $4 million, right? Because they're not gonna if the 26 pick made 3 something the next year, you're not going to make 3 something the next year. That's not a raise. It's going to be at least $4 million because the cap went up. So it's not going to go up like no $100,000. You know what I'm saying? If you made 3.8, then you should be making at least 4 something like 4.5 the next year on the draft pick. So whatever. So long story short, it's about $4.5 million. So on the offense, that's not a lot of money because everybody on the offense is making a lot of money. But on the defense per year, that's a lot of money.
Hey, so I actually had seen my boy Bob Hicks said something. He said you should get another tight end in the 4th round, like Dalton Schultz and Jake Ferguson. You know, I actually talked about finding players in the later rounds, you know, on my show earlier. Look at the makeup of your team right now. Your starting quarterback was a 4th round pick. Your starting running back was a 4th round pick. Your starting center was a 4th round pick. The guy right now that they got projected to be your starting tight end was a 4th round pick. Your starting edge on the opposite side of the Marcus Lawrence was a 4th round pick. And then you look at like your starting nickel, you got Deron Bland, who was a 5th round pick. So you got a lot of value in the later rounds in the draft. So that's why I really changed how I felt about trying to go all out for a weapon in the top 100, because they already shown us that they can find quality guys throughout the entirety of the draft. They already showed you how they built the team. Like, you got multiple Pro Bowlers that you found in the fourth round. So like, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case with the trenches this year, though. I think it's going to be like some guys at the top of the draft that are him, and then some guys that are going to come in and have to take some time to develop.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. So, go what you're
no,
saying.
I was just gonna say, like, that what I would prefer. Like, I would prefer somebody that can come in and help me right now, because San Francisco got better up front when they got Javon Hargrave. So I'm going to need to get better up front if I want to beat them.
Facts. I could agree with you on that. All right, I want to look at something real quick, man. I want to look at something. So listen to all these. Look, if you brought in a player, man, right? About a player right now making $4.5 million, their base salary for this year. Well, actually, let me look at well, I just look at last year. We're just gonna look at last year. A $4 million player is making more money than, hold on, let me go back. That's salary cap. Cash. Here we go. Update. Let's update this real quick. So you got Dak at 20, 15, Lawrence. Let's go. Let's go. So you're 4 million, 4 million. You're making more than Angers, Hooker, Dante Fowler, Connor McGovern, Sam Williams, LVE, Barr, Lamb, Peters, Jalen Tolbert, Micah Parsons, Jake Ferguson, Noah Brown, Trevon Diggs, Neville Gallimore, Deron Bland, Tony Pollard, Donovan Wilson. At $4 million, these are players that you're making more than last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yep.
like, you know what I mean? To the Cowboys, that's a lot of money, man.
Mm-hmm. Especially, it's even more reason why it's not going to be for a tight end. They didn't even want to pay Dalton Schultz
So
after having top five
exactly.
production.
And you're absolutely right. And that's why that's the whole reason why. Because think about this. Jake Ferguson cost them, oh my God. He cost them $705,000 last year. They're not drafting a tight end anywhere close to $1 million. So I'm thinking that a tight end's probably not going to get drafted to probably like fourth round, like you were saying, like fourth round.
Yeah, fourth, fifth round. Because remember, like, they're high on Hendershot. He wasn't even drafted. So
That's
I don't
true.
really think they give a damn, about the tight end position. I think, because Mike McCarthy was he was a tight end. He was a tight ends coach, before he became offensive coordinator and things like that. So I think they're just going to let him try and figure something out at tight end. Honestly,
I
like,
mean,
honestly,
the hope now is that the importance of the tight end diminishes. You know what I'm saying? That the need of the tight end just flat out diminishes. Like, we go to a team that doesn't necessarily need their tight end to catch them 4 and 5 first downs a game. You know
I
what I'm
mean, you
saying?
you hope the acquisition of Brandon Cooks serves that purpose, because you have, in theory, you have two number one wide receivers again.
That's true.
In theory, you do. So maybe. And listen, it's going to depend on a lot of things. I'm not even sure what the offensive personnel packages are going to look like. I'm not sure how much of Mike McCarthy's offense is going to marry with Brian Schottenheimer's offense. I'm not sure what this brainchild is going to look like. So I can't even sit here and say, because I could look at Schottenheimer's stuff and say, well, he likes heavy personnel, he likes to do this, and then if you turned on Mike McCarthy's film and stuff, it says that he's going to be Kellen Moore's daddy or something. Like, he's gonna throw the ball around the yard, 5 wide, 4 wide receiver sets, you know, trios, like just like all bunch of different wide receiver personnel. Because remember, when he actually won, that Super Bowl, like, they didn't really have dynamic tight ends at that time. They had Jordan Nelson, they had Donald Driver, they had Greg Jennings, they had all these different wide receivers. They were getting involved in the offense. So, I'm not even really sure how this is going to look. But, let's pray that we don't have to have a great tight end in it. I'm not saying that Jake Ferguson can't surprise us, but I don't want to depend on it either.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, like, that's my biggest hope is that the flat out need for the tight end to be so dynamic in our offense just kind of like fades away. Like, people are like saying, people are saying, oh, we don't need a Schultz. I'm hoping that we don't need a Schultz because we have freaking CD Lamb and we have Brandon Cooks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Mhm.
my hope. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love in a perfect listen, I'm brainwashed just like y'all. Before Kellen Moore, I didn't give a damn about a tight end, just like y'all. I didn't give a damn. I thought Jason Witten's grew on trees everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I had Jason Witten's the what? He what? What? He ain't even fast. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like that don't even make sense. Like everybody has a Jason Witten. You know what I'm saying? But like I didn't appreciate none of that. You know what I'm saying? But then as Kellen Moore came, bro, I started being tight end. You like, yo, I started knowing tight ends by their first names and knowing them by their nicknames and all types of stuff. I'm almost that way with kickers. Keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
But
what?
it's like, it's like I hope that we just go to a system where it's not needed as much. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. The NFL is showing you, it's a copycat league, and all these great quarterbacks all have a what? They all have a tight end that's really, really good that's gonna retire with their ass because you ain't gonna be able to mention Patrick Mahomes without talk about his tight end. You ain't gonna be able to talk about, you know what I mean? You feel it's some if you think about Tom Brady and you think about wide receiver or tight end, the first person that comes to your mind is what? Gronkowski.
Hmm. That is true. And the tight end is really a quarterback's
Tony Romo,
best
Jason
friend.
Witten. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Hell, even if you look at Eli, he had Jeremy Shockey when he won the Super Bowls.
Facts.
So yeah, like listen, a tight end is a quarterback's best friend, man. Like in general, they're supposed to be the mismatch. They're supposed to be too big for a cornerback and too fast for a linebacker. So like you supposed to keep you at least one around. Even like Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews was his main receiver when he won an MVP.
Yeah, that's the same thing else. That's the same thing. I mean, you always gotta pair that big tight end. You always gotta pair that dynamic tight end with with a dynamic quarterback. I mean, they kind of feed off of each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that we always want to. My biggest thing is this, you know what I'm saying? As Dak is going into his career and getting in the stakes are getting higher and higher each year, the Dallas Cowboys need to keep great players around him. You know what I'm saying? Around him. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now: no matter how good Ferguson is, he gonna come up with a contract situation, and guess what? At some point, the Cowboys gonna have to make a move or do something with him too, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got 3 years to figure it out. This year, the year after. You really want to figure it out by the third year, right? You want to be able to come to the table, give him an extension after the third year, so you don't have to, you know, be in a position like you're in with Trayvon Diggs right now, right?
Facts. And we can talk about Diggs for. Hey, I probably got like 10 more minutes before I gotta go. I gotta get off at before a little bit before 9.
Okay.
But yeah, we can actually talk about a little about Diggs, you know what I'm saying? Because I think the Dallas Cowboys, I said this, I had said this earlier today, like, you know, the Cowboys, it's like, the situation with Diggs is like your girl being in New York and you being in LA and your girl calling you and telling you, since you don't want to answer my phone, I'm not going to give you none. And you be like, you can't give me none. Why? Because you're in New York and I'm in LA. So be mad. You're on strike. Good job. You know what I mean? Like, good job. Congratulations. You're on strike. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But when she actually gets to LA and you're in LA too, and she looks you in your face and she say, you ain't getting none. Now you in trouble. Okay? I'm gonna tell you all this right now. The Cowboys and Trevon Diggs is in LA and the Cowboys are in New York. Guess what? There's nothing for him to hold out from. So since there's nothing for him to hold out from, guess what? There ain't no conversation to have right now. But as soon as the draft is over and start flowing in and things starts rolling, then guess what? Then you'll be able to see if this is going to happen, if Trevon Diggs is going to play. And guess what? There is a voluntary camp. I mean, a non-voluntary camp that's right after that's right after the draft. So it's going to be very, very easy to decide if he's going to be in or not, man. And I hope the Cowboys take heed, man, and don't be thinking he's just going to wake up with an epiphany and be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go play for $4 million.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Trayvon Diggs is going to play. Um, it makes no sense. Like he's only making $2 billion, and if he gets hurt, he'll miss out on the opportunity to get a big bag. Like this is talk about generational wealth. So I don't think that especially because he's eligible for a damn contract. So like it's just it's the right thing for him to do. I know a lot of fans won't feel that way, but you gotta protect yourself, man. You gotta protect yourself first because you can't trust the Dallas Cowboys. They've used the damn franchise tag like the last 8 years consecutively. So like even if he played out this season, did his end of the bargain, there is no guarantee that they would give him a new contract at the end of the year. They might franchise tag his ass like they did everybody else. So I'm pretty sure Tony Pollard, he was gonna get a contract. I'm pretty sure Dak Prescott didn't expect to get the tag 2 times in a row. Right? They even franchise tagged DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence had to threaten surgery, so they wouldn't tag him again and get his contract.
Facts. So and I'm gonna tell you this right now, Diggs. If you get hurt, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna tag you for sure.
Like Tony Pollard.
Thank you. So it's like that's why I say
Like
there
Dak
is no.
Prescott.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. There is no advantage. There is, and Trevon, you are literally seeing this play out in front of you with Trevon did. I mean, with Tony Pollard. How could your agent ignore that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's real at this point, man. Because like you said, there is nothing right now for him to do to hold their feet to the fire. Like you said, because nothing's going on. There's no games to miss. There's no practices to miss. No team meetings and that other miss. But we'll see. We'll see where his mind is when those dates start rolling around. And if his ass ain't there when he's supposed to be there, we're gonna see if they have the Zach Martin effect. Like Zach Martin missed one day and they hurry up and signed his ass. So I don't even want it to come to that. Like I would rather them just get the deal done. You got the money.
Yes, and also I want to clarify something. The new CBA does not actually make it impossible to hold out. The new CBA makes it very expensive. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The reason why this doesn't matter with Diggs is because no matter what the CBA fines him, they can't fine him no more than what his contract is worth. So he, even if they take the whole $4.7 million, it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because Trevon Diggs is worth more than $4.7 million. So it doesn't matter if they fine him. It doesn't matter. In a situation like Diggs, it actually benefits him to just be like, you know what? You guys can keep the money. I'll just be a free agent a year from now. Because even if they fine him, it doesn't matter. Like, think about this. The new CBA says that they can fine him for $40,000 for every day of training camp that he misses, right? Well, guess what? There's 26 days of training camp, right? Well, guess what? 40,000 times 26. That's $1.4 million. If you're Trevon Diggs, is going to training camp and taking a chance of getting hurt worth $1.4 million? No. So guess what? I'll take that fine. You can find me $1 million. I ain't tripping.
Right. And listen,
this is a situation where he actually has more to lose than gain. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, they can fine you. They can definitely fine you.
but they can only fine you to a certain amount.
But they can only fine you to a certain amount, though. Go ahead.
If he gets hurt, he's a possibility of missing out on
on $100 million.
$100 million contract. Because remember, like this is different sport. Look what happened to Isaiah Thomas for the Celtics. Blew his hip out, never got that max deal, never got the max money that he was expecting to get. So like it happens across all sports. Jerry Jones be holding out on players and releasing players that we really need. Facts though, like
you gotta think like this. Why would he said you still own his rights? No, you won't, Tommy G. If he holds out for a season to be like Le'Veon Bell, he'll be a complete free agent. He would be a complete free agent. He would miss out on that money, but he would be a complete free agent.
Hold on. Let's see. Players.
What you looking up, Cuzzo?
That. Because something funny happened with Le'Veon Bell. Let me remember.
Le'Veon Bell turned down $14 million. You don't turn down $14 million.
As a running back at the time, too.
Right? That was a dumb play. I will agree. I didn't agree with him. He should have took the money. You know what I'm saying? But I say this, right? Trevon Diggs is different because he's a cornerback that's set to make $100 million in a position that's going up. Cornerbacks are making more money. They're making more money. Like this is the most the cornerbacks have ever made. Trevon Diggs, if you're his agent, you don't allow your agent to play on that. You don't allow his player to play on that. But yeah, if he sat out for a whole year, he would miss the money, but he would be a completely free agent the very next year. Go ahead. Hey, Henny, I got what you looking up over there?
I was just trying to nothing important. Like we can you
Diggs
try to
will
wrap
get
it
at
up.
least Yeah, I got to get out of here before 9. Diggs will get at least 25 million a year. I think he's gonna. Well, listen, I don't know if it's gonna be per year, but that first year is for sure gonna be at least 20 something million dollars. At
Yeah,
least, at least.
yeah. Like
What is the
APY,
fifth?
like
What is the fifth highest paid corner in football making right now? The fifth highest paid corner in football. What is he making right now? The fifth.
let me see, cornerback salaries. Boom.
I'm just saying the fifth highest cornerback.
Fifth highest is Marshawn Lattimore. He makes $19.4 million annually. But if you look at guaranteed money, this is the thing. Like there's like different categories for all this stuff. Because if you're talking about average per year, there's the fifth guy is making 19.4. But if you're talking about like total guarantees, then the fifth guy on in terms of that is making $55 million guaranteed.
Hmm.
We talk about the fifth in total value. The fifth in total value is $90 million.
So think about this. That's still way more than 4.7.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna take a chance with that type of money.
Right, because we're talking about like he gonna probably reset the market in something. So we're talking about at the low end 19.4 annually, 55 million in guarantees, and 90 million overall. Like those are the low ends. That's the fifth in each one of those categories. And there are guys that are making way more than that in each category.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if Trevon Diggs took that contract, that would be a team. That would be considered a team friendly deal.
It
You
would.
guys would go crazy. Oh my God, how's it team friendly? It's $19 million. But that would literally be considered because you got to think like this. That means next year he wouldn't even be a top 5 corner paid because the people are going to get paid and he's going to drop down. So in 2 years, Trevon Diggs will be out of the top 10. He'll be just like Dak.
Yep. Because listen, Daniel Jones making Dak Prescott money. Matter of
No,
fact, Daniel
Daniel
Jones is
Jones
making
is
more.
more. I'm about to say Daniel
I'm
Jones
gonna
is
say
making more.
because Daniel Jones has incentives in his contract, so he can
Yeah,
make
Daniel
more
Jones
than
gonna
that.
make 45 million this. Daniel Jones is actually making more with incentives than Patrick Mahomes. So don't talk to me about what people should be making and what they shouldn't be making.
He said, "What's up with you, my brothers? My thing is, if I know I really have no other choice but to sign a player, why franchise tag them? They do stuff crazy. Highest paid is Jar Alexander.
Man, if the Cowboys would have been smart, you know what they would have did? They wouldn't have signed him, bro. They just wouldn't have signed him. They wouldn't have signed him. Like you should have came to Tony Pollard like tomorrow and been like, hey, bro, we're about to go to draft. I'm about to go draft somebody, dude. We ain't got Zeke. We ain't got Son. You want to take $5 million a year? What's up? 1 year deal, 2 million? Like that's what they should like. My question is this: people be like, "Oh yeah, everybody wanted him." Who? Name me the teams that was beating down your phone trying to sign a running back with a broken leg.
Man, they wasn't even trying to sign Josh Jacobs, so I know damn
Like,
well they wasn't
name
trying to
me
sign.
those teams, bro. What team? What team scared you?
And then listen, matter of fact, let's tie this back in. Y'all talking about Derrick Henry possibly getting released. I don't even believe that's true. But the fact that is even a conversation is that should tell you what people think about running backs around the league. If King Henry it could possibly be out of a job, who the hell is going to give Tony Pollard money?
On a broken fibula. Like I don't be thinking like I be wondering like I be like I don't know, man. That's daddy ball to me. That's super daddy ball.
Chris said
That's thinking your kid.
nobody.
That's daddy ball. That's super daddy ball. Thinking your kid is better than everybody else ball. That's daddy ball for real.
He said it's same. Hey, he said pretty much the same situation as with Michael Gallup. Like, why did you sign Michael Gallup?
Christian said no running back is safe nowadays. For real, bro. They was all taking less money. You know what I'm saying?
They had no choice.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. I love Tony, but I told y'all this. I said if the Raiders franchise tag Josh Jacob, you will officially be paying too much for Tony Pollard.
You would.
Because there's no way that I should have a Bugatti and you have a Honda.
Thanks, Frank.
a Honda, and we got the same paint car notes. Now, one of us is getting ripped off. You know what I mean?
And it ain't me and my Bugatti.
Exactly. One of us is getting ripped off. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, it ain't the guy with the Bugatti. Hey man, we've been on here for about 45 minutes, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We'll be live in the morning. It's Thursday, so we'll be able to jump on here in the morning, our 10 a.m. show. Make sure you guys tune in. Hey, HTM, let them know where they can find you at, my boy.
Yeah, man, it's your boy HTM Sports. You know, we're probably live here from the liquor store. It's HTM Sports on Facebook. It's on HTM Sports on YouTube and Twitter. On Facebook, it's Henny Demore. So I appreciate y'all for showing love and tapping in with your boy.
Hey man, and also these guys are gonna start doing more content on their cell phones too to get y'all ready for what they're gonna be doing at the draft. Because when we get to the draft, ain't gonna be these backgrounds and funny pictures and all this other cute stuff, man. It's gonna be raw and uncut, getting it how we live. You feel me? Seeing boogers and nose and cheeks everywhere, man. You feel me? It's gonna be real, man. It's gonna be real, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I can't wait to see if you're coming to the draft. You know I don't drink, so don't buy me a drink, but I sure put some in there with you. You guys already know what it is. Never look down, because stars